All right, I'm in, man.
Hello, welcome to Keep Mania Live. I have old Neon with me this week. Thanks, guys, for joining. Uh, I, I, I was wondering who I was going to thank this week because I didn't really have a band like a standard show. It was Cy and Paul from Amplifiers. They're also from up in Pittsburgh, and they came on and helped me with the year end in review show. And we just kind of looked back on. It wasn't really the year. We looked back on from the 1 year episode, which was in July. So we looked on from that point up till last week. So that's what we did last week, and it was a pretty cool show. We had a lot of fun. I hadn't talked to those guys since probably since when was that? November, when they played outside at the Voodoo Brewing Company in Homestead. It was the coldest freaking show ever. I was freezing. But that's I got to meet him in person. I hadn't met him in person. They were on the show previously, and so that was cool. That was fun. But it was cold. It was really cold. I told him next time just book it inside. Somewhere inside is fine, where it's more comfortable. Anyway, so that's what I did. So thanks to them for coming on and helping me out with that. I think they're getting ready to go into the studio and do some things, and
Oh, right on.
hopefully put some new stuff out. It's been a few years since they put out anything new. So
I was
thanks for
gonna
you guys.
say because I think I knew their drummer at one point, but
Yeah,
I
Paul.
don't.
He's played in a lot of bands.
No, this was Tim. So he
Oh,
must not be in the band anymore.
there's their albums in old porno cases, DVD
Oh,
cases.
cool.
So I don't think
Right
they have
on.
any of these left.
That's actually a really good idea. We need to
Yeah,
get into the
I think
the
somebody in
porn
somebody in
case
the band was
market.
worked at some kind of recycling place or something, and they had a whole bin full of these, and they're like, "Hey, let's put our album in that." So
Mhm.
it's pretty cool.
Do you want my gigantic box of porn cases?
Yeah,
Yes,
please
yes.
send it right over.
Former porn cases. I guess they weren't like that still, but so I was like that. I was like, you got to
It might make them sell better. I mean, physical is dead, dude. You got to do something. Give them some
Yeah.
give them some free porn. You know what I mean?
Well, just a porn cover, really. Is
Yeah,
there anything
candles, too.
exciting on
Yeah.
a porn cover?
I'm on my second candle. They smell
Nice.
really good. The band does.
Oh, they do candles. That's cool.
They
I
do.
used to know
Yeah.
that at the time,
There's a. It's like the company they do it with. Uh, is a candle company in Pittsburgh. I'm trying to read the label. I can't read it right now because I'm blind.
It looks like they're doing a lot of stuff. I don't know why I thought they weren't a
That's
band
sick.
anymore.
That's a unique thing to do for merch and stuff and promotion.
Yeah, it's on the label. I can't read it. Anybody?
I can't even see it.
Blurry as shit.
Yeah, it's blurry to me. Either way.
I don't. Yeah, but yeah, they did like a collab effort with this candle company in Pittsburgh, and it smells phenomenal. So if you can get your hands on one of those things, yeah, you'll smell good too. I guess I don't know if it does anything. You could like rub it under your armpits or something. I don't think I put deodorant on today. I just realized that when I went like this.
Well, at least you have that candle nearby.
At
So
least I'm by myself.
Yeah,
you know?
dude, just rub
That's
that baby all over. Honestly, rub it all over your naked body.
Then I'll smell like them.
it'll smell
Hey,
like
guys.
it actually smells like amplifiers.
It's good to have you guys on the show. Welcome to
you, man.
Mini Live. It's nice to have all of you. It's like the Brady Bunch, you know.
It's great to be here. Thank you for.
Yeah, thanks
Yes,
for having
dude.
us, man.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys are fairly new, correct?
So?
There's only 2 songs out. And they're
This
really-
iteration is brand new for sure, but we've had like 8 different iterations of this band so far. So,
Oh, really?
but yeah, we just added Zach and Mike, so I feel like that's it. We're
Who
done
was,
now.
who was the one I was talking to the most on Instagram?
It's generally me.
You? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody?
sorry.
Yeah, I was talking to Zach too a little bit
Yeah,
earlier.
we talked
I
earlier.
watched,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
watched the video of him doing the drums on Warmer Weather, and I looked in the background, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I looked in the background and saw something that I need to ask a question about. Well, I'll just do it now. I might as well. I'm mentioning it, right? So I ask a lot of drummers this. I play the drums too, but I've never played electronic drums. I think I've
Oh,
sat
we were
down-
wondering if you thought that,
Yeah,
right?
I sat down at one and I thought about. I didn't like play it. I just sat at. It was like at a Guitar Center or something.
Uh-huh.
So, is that yours? Is that your set?
It's do you want to
Well,
spill the
Do you
beans.
play it like
Yeah,
is it yours? enough
well,
to play?
I'm afraid I may have deceived you.
Ooh, boys.
It is.
I am negative. Sorry.
So that kit that's in the background,
Gold.
it's an old Rock Band drum kit for the video
Oh,
game.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
I
Got
guess it would count. It
Nailed
would count as an electronic set, I guess. I don't know.
I guess in a sense,
In a
yeah,
sense.
it's terrible. It's really bad.
Have you played an actual like one of the ones in the Guitar Center and stuff? Have you played one of those sets?
Yeah, just noodling around a little bit at a Guitar Center. Yeah, same
What do you think?
experience
What do you
as
think of
you.
it? You don't like it?
I mean, I think they have a time and a place, but there's nothing like the real deal,
Yeah, that's what I agree with that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Anything?
They're a good
I've
tool.
never played I've never
Yeah.
played an electronic kit, but I have a friend, Matt, who plays, at least used to play them on everything, and the tech is getting to a point where you can barely tell that it's not
Yeah,
a
it was
real
too.
thing.
I think it's too perfect. It's just way too
Well,
perfect.
Sure. I mean, well, it's still it's
tuning
still a
is
person
perfect.
playing. I think it's
Yeah.
a matter of
Yeah, you still got to keep a beat.
if
It's not
if
like
you
playing-
align it, for sure it's going to sound fake. That's
Yeah,
impossible to avoid.
there's an open mic that I go to quite a bit. It's really good open mic. But there's a lady that she brings her drum set down and she's really good. And if for some reason she can't make it that week, another person will come down with a set. But there's one guy that brings an electronic set, and then like nobody can really play it because they're like intimidated because it's. I mean,
Where is the open mic?
in West Virginia, in Fairmont, West Virginia.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's called Magic's. Actually, I plugged their place quite a bit, and I still haven't got a free drink. I don't know.
Well, time to stop plugging them,
So,
I think.
any of you are watching the show, a free drink would be lovely. Or a
Some
dinner.
value tickets.
They have
No
very,
drink
good food
tickets.
there, very good food, very good wings. I've never had the magic sauce. It's called Magic, so I've never had the Magic's wing sauce.
Mhm.
But I hear it's magical. I don't
It
know.
sounds magical
Yeah.
Is
based on
that your
name
neck of the
only.
woods?
What is it?
Is that your neck of the woods, Fairmont?
Yeah, I'm a little bit south of Fairmont, but yeah, it's maybe 10 minutes up the road. It's not
Were
very
you
far.
were you familiar with the band All Jokes Aside that then became Scapeside?
No.
Those guys were killer. Like I mean, a little while ago now, but they were a great pop punk band.
Mike has
they're not
a.
doing anything now that you know of.
Are they still together?
No, I not that I know of.
Oh, Well,
Mike
that's
has an encyclopedic knowledge of local music.
really.
Oh my God.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does,
It's
dude.
absolutely
It's honestly
insane.
impressive.
I will hire you with not very much money. I might get you a free drink at Magic's.
And then scenes from a movie I know was from West Virginia, but
I
I
think
don't
I've
know.
heard of them.
They were really good. I thought they were gonna break it. I mean, they had the right sound after Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco broke up, like or blew up, I should say.
Yeah.
They had that was just the way they sounded was sort of similar to them. And but yeah, they were another group of good dudes.
Yeah, the music scene is great. Like I didn't really notice how great. Well, I mean, I knew, but how great the music scene was until I started doing this. I mean, there's bands everywhere. Pittsburgh's my main network just because it was kind of like a steamroll effect or
Yeah.
whatever that.
There's a lot of
phrases.
fish in the sea too.
Yeah, I mean, I started, I knew a few bands that I'd come up and see all the time up there, and it just kind of went on from there. Well, I know this band, or I can ask this band if they'll be on, and it just kind of worked like that. So like pretty much everybody. What was a fishing metaphor?
I just said.
What?
I said there's a lot of fish in that sea, referring to the Pittsburgh music
Oh.
scene.
Are you a fisherman?
No.
Fisherman?
Any of us fish? You, Mike, do you fish?
You,
Drew, do you fish?
Chris,
I
do
don't
you fish?
No, I don't fish.
Sean said, "Let me bring this inertia to a screeching halt."
Yeah, I wasn't really going anywhere with that anyway. I mean, I did talk to. I didn't really talk too much about what was coming up next year on the thing. I was going to, but I didn't really have anything yet. So, but I did talk to Zosha from Reign of Z. They were on. Gosh, within
think
the
I've
first
heard
10
that
episodes,
name.
I can't remember which episode it was, but within the first 10, and it wasn't a very good show. The sound was terrible, and I don't know, just. So I've been asking them to come back. Let's do it again now that I've upgraded everything. But I talked to her and she said maybe sometime in February-ish.
Oh,
Before
cool.
they go on tour in March. Do you guys know them, Reign of Z?
I'm familiar with the name. They're like a heavier band, right?
They are, yeah. They scream
Yeah.
and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really good. I met him. I met him at Mr. Small's Funhouse a couple years ago. Yeah, well, because the COVID year doesn't count. Everything was closed. So like a couple years ago, the lady that used to live up the street from me, she doesn't live up there anymore. Her son was the guitar player in that band. So that's the only reason I went up to see him. And then I met Arcane Haven and Winter's Descent was there, and so that's how that went down. But I was like, I gotta get them back. That was just a crappy episode, and I was new. You know what I mean? So do you guys do you guys record yourself? You record like on your own at home or at somebody's place, or do you have you been going to studios and things?
It's kind of varied so far, but we're starting a new recording session this Saturday, and what we've decided to do is track drums with a guy that knows drums really well, and then do everything else ourselves.
Yeah. Who's the lead singer? The one that said that's you.
Tis I. Yeah.
And that's so you started the band based on your songs that you wrote previously, or how did I didn't
I
understand.
So I
did
did-
that.
I didn't start the band.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sean is the old man in this band. The rest of us are mere boys. You know?
John's the daddy. What?
Yeah. He's the dad.
Sir allowance.
Yeah. But like, so when I joined in the summer, and we had a slightly different lineup, but Sean and Chris were both in the band, and we were singing, we were only playing songs that Sean wrote. Is that right? Like,
Yeah.
we had
That's correct.
4 to start, and then 5 or so, and like
A handful, yeah.
We-
It was a handful.
yeah, there were a few, and like, so we got to the point where those are really good live. We're really happy with the sound in the room, like just with us. And then, I've been writing forever, just like not really knowing where these songs would fit, so once I started like playing live with these guys and practicing with them, that's when I was like, okay, now I have a place to focus this energy. So how can I like write the best, pop punk song that's going to kill at a record store, or like that kind of thing. And working with that framework, I was able to kind of start to piece together songs that we're now playing live and getting ready to track pretty soon. So yeah, that's kind of where the music's at right now.
So am I right? Zach's kind of like the newest member, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Mhm.
Sure
Put
am.
on Instagram that
See,
"Who's our new drummer?" or something like that. Is that correct?
Yeah,
That's how I
yeah.
found them too.
Yeah.
They were looking for singers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
this is your
whole
sign to
band-
reply to that Instagram ad.
There was a whole litany of Craigslist and Instagram ads that I was running, and for a
Is
long
Craigslist
time.
still a thing? Can you still do things?
Yeah,
on Craigslist?
yeah.
Can you find, like,
I found
is there
Chris
still
that
a
way.
back page on there, like a back page.
Yeah,
Kinda, is there
that's
still
true.
that?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
found
think-
you
I
found me
don't
on the
think
I don't know
back
anything
page.
about it. I'm
Actually,
just
that's
asking if there
sweet.
is.
But no, I mean, I had some success in local bands a while ago, and I took some time off from playing, and when I got back into it and really wanted to start playing out again, I was looking on Craigslist, all the places I used to, and I saw for a year like Old Neon, we're starting a band, we're looking for this, we're looking for that, and
It was literally a year of just trying people
Well,
out.
yeah, I saw the name. The name stuck with me, and then, but in October, I heard some demo recordings, and I said, okay, I can work with this. This sounds, pretty cool. I got to meet these guys, and turns out Sean and I have a lot of mutual friends and connections, and so it was a pretty natural fit to start playing with these guys.
Well, I know Zach plays the drums, but let's go around and what does everyone play? And I know Drew sings.
Yeah,
I
Drew
play
sings,
bass.
and Mike and I play guitar.
Okay, we got everybody else.
That's it.
So is this Sean? You said this was kind of your thing that you wanted to put it together. Is this is this what you visioned when you were?
Yeah, as
thinking
a
about
matter of
putting
fact,
this guys together?
that's a great question, because the path to get here, I feel like was varied, but yeah, it is almost exactly what I had in mind. I actually started as just having kind of outlines of the songs, and I actually went on Fiverr and like paid musicians to play them.
Oh yeah.
And then once I got demos, I started auditioning people, but it was complicated because a lot of people think they can do, especially like guitar and vocals. Like most people think they can sing, and most people think they can play guitar. So there was a lot of.
Did you video
trial
any
and-
of the auditions, kind of like they do on
No.
American Idol, where you do like bloopers? That'd be hilarious. Like, just like blur out their face, of course. But you should. Oh man, that would have been awesome.
It
I'm
would've
under
been
no
interesting.
delusions that I can do either of those things, sing or
You have
play.
videos of these guys auditioning.
I don't think. Well, I guess Zach kind of.
Nah.
I was gonna say I don't think Zach really auditioned. It was mostly me. Just like, so Corey from I Swallow Ghost, who you had on,
Uh-huh, yeah, those guys are awesome.
knew Zach, and I was like, essentially,
He filled
like,
in on guitar for us too for a little
Yeah.
bit there.
Okay.
before we found Mike, Corey was sitting in on guitar with us, and he was like, "Oh, this guy messaged me a while back about joining I Swallow Ghosts," and so immediately, like from day one, I just started asking Zach to join the band. I didn't even know if he could play at first. I had some idea, but
Yeah, it was kind of funny how it played out, and that you guys mentioned Craigslist. It was like year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago at this point, I Swallow Ghost posted on Craigslist looking for a drummer, and I responded to it, and they're like, "Nah, position's filled." But I guess Corey and I kind of maintained like an Instagram relationship at a distance, and that really came in handy, I must say, because then Sean was in need, and he just shot me a message, and that brings us to now.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's. I want to go ahead and play one of the songs, just because so everybody can kind of get a feel for what your sound is. It's very, and I know I say this a lot, but it's true. It's catchy. It's very catchy, and it makes you want to
thanks.
listen again.
Thanks, dude.
And
Thank you.
that's what I get from a lot of. I do get that a lot, but from up and coming bands or new bands or bands that have even been around for a while, they put out something new. Like Catatonia, they've been on the show, and they've had things out before, but
yeah, they're out.
they put a new song out, and
Sick.
I had to listen to it a couple times. I was like, but I wasn't bored with it. Like a lot of stuff on the crap on the radio, like mainstream radio. It's I can't stand it. I don't really listen to it, but it's catchy, yeah. But then you don't want to go back and listen to it. It doesn't say anything to you, or you know what I mean? Does that make sense? But you're
Yeah.
I was gonna play hang on a second. Pacific time. I had to look at it and make sure the time was right. Pacific time. And tell me a little bit about what this one's about lyrically or musically or anyway.
It's actually changed a lot since we recorded that, and that's actually one of the songs we're going to retrack this weekend. But messaging is kind of about, it's pretty surface, honestly. It's about somebody who you seem to just miss timing wise your entire life. But it's, you know, it's also kind of about the Pacific Northwest in a way.
I was going to ask that. What's the Pacific part meaning?
Yeah, it's just a town in Portland, kind of a reference to. But it's not necessarily specifically meaningful to the narrative of the song, especially because I think it's a street in Pittsburgh is referenced in the song, so it's kind of out of place in a way. But yeah, it's more about just how if something is slightly off timing wise, it kind of throws an entire experience off, I guess.
Like what COVID did to everybody.
Yeah, I think that probably to less effect than that. Like in a much smaller way, maybe.
Yeah. Well, let's take a listen to it. It's a very good song. Like I said, it's one of those songs that you just kind of want to go back to and listen again in case you missed something. I don't know. But here's Pacific Time by Old Neon.
Thanks. Thank you.
Guess I deserve it. I know I've been wrong. Guess I deserve it. I know I've been wrong.
Okay, is that Drew singing that?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Myself,
you know what? I want to talk
What a
about that.
range of voice. That's awesome.
Thank you, dude. I do kind of want to talk about that version of the song though. Because that was when like I first joined the band. I think I recorded those vocals like 2 weeks after meeting these guys for the first time. And I really didn't have a feel for, like, we hadn't even played a show yet. So I didn't have a feel for like how my voice was supposed to fit in with this new ensemble. Plus all of those tracks had been previously recorded like before I was in the band, so I guess that was, it was me kind of trying to fit into something that already existed. So I think with our new stuff, we have more of an idea of the sound going in. Because when I listen to that now, I'm like, wow, that's what we sounded like just 6 months ago or something like that, whenever the heck we met. And now I listen to us and I'm like, we would kick that recording's ass, dude. Like, so, I like that that's out, but like, I'm excited to re-record it and kind of get our actual sound on
We've
it,
also changed. Yeah, we've changed the song itself too. So
Oh, you
structurally.
changed-
that too. Yeah.
Well, and
Very good, very
it's exciting because we all come from very similar backgrounds, but also a very varied musical interests. So, in terms of, are our songs more straight ahead rock? Are they full of dynamics and louder and softer sections and things like that? Now, as we're really like digging in and kind of preparing this next batch of recordings, it's pretty exciting to see. Sean's a great songwriter. Drew's a great songwriter. I kind of wrote some songs once. We'll see how they turn out. But
You're
but
a great song.
it's
Everyone is
exciting.
talented.
yeah, they're these guys, and it's exciting.
Yeah, dude. I think you really hit the nail on the head. Like, I think as we've shared our interests and shared like songs that we like via group chats or like listening to them on our PAs at the space, just to like share influences and stuff. I think Drew's right and Mike's right. Like, we've totally kind of like merged together as a group, and I think all of us are totally on the same page with like our goals, what we want to do, and also just like understanding where one another is coming from musically, which is totally legit.
Except no one wants to write a ska song with me. I don't get it.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Also, yeah. I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
go
Zach,
fuck
Maybe
yourself,
not
Zach.
totally.
I'll write one with you. I'll write one.
Zach, I will. Yeah, I'm down.
Let's go.
You must not have pulled Chris on that.
All
one.
right, fire up the Craigslist ads. We're gonna lose a
New
fucking drummer
bassist
again.
and
So I don't see
drummer.
our ad. He'll be like, wow, this is totally not Zach and Homa putting this ad up.
Do you remember what the ad said? Like specifically?
The old neon ad.
So mine was very. So the thing that I
Daddy seeks members for something.
no, the thing that I hate about Craigslist ads are what's funny about that? I haven't even told the whole story.
I don't know.
Our host is funny, not you, Sean.
Serious
Oh,
question.
well, that makes sense actually. The thing I hate generally about Craigslist ads is they'll tell these elaborate stories about what they want, but then not post their music. And I feel like that's because people are afraid of either A, criticism, or B, that some troll will just be like, your band fucking sucks, peace. And like, I don't care about any of that. So I just posted, this band needs a guitarist, and just a link to the music.
Like, did you go one by one or just like I need a whole band?
Well, I had Chris at that time,
Okay.
and our former drummer was kind of a surprise exit to me anyway. And so we were really only looking for a vocalist. And I was like you said it yourself, Drew is an extremely dynamic singer. And that's something that was very intended and intentional. We went through so many vocal tryouts.
None of them on video.
No, not on video. And some of them, frankly, were great singers. As a matter of fact, I've told Drew several times, the person that tried out right before him, Aaron, was like, very, very talented, but not exactly right for us.
Yeah.
And we even had a singer before Drew that I was kind of practicing with, that just like our vibes just didn't work together. And so, but the singer, the vocalist thing was the thing that I was the biggest hard ass about, because I feel like if you don't, in this kind of band, like in a band that plays like pop, and
there's a certain sound.
Yeah, if you don't have a singer, you don't have anything. And that's just, Drew is so fundamental to what we do.
He's got a heck of a range. I know that.
Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah.
that kind
Oh
of.
shucks, guys.
And I'm not.
Yeah, dude.
My goodness, that's. I wish I could have a range, a higher.
I
range.
do too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do too.
I mean,
frankly.
I come from the land of musical theater, so I mean,
Oh, there you go.
Drew, it's
it helps.
theater.
Yeah, like
It's theater.
yeah, yes, you're right. You're right. How could I forget all of my years?
I just wish I could sing on key.
So you're an
That'd be
actor as well. Is that what you're saying?
Fucking no, I was really just doing it to sing, if I'm being honest. Like I did act, but like I wouldn't consider myself an actor. I consider myself a 1.5 threat. You know how people are like a triple threat,
Yeah. Oh, there
can
you
sing,
go,
act,
yeah.
dance. I
Very
can
good.
sing, kind of act, and I can't fucking dance at all. So I'm like a 1.5.
But at least you try all those things, right? Like you try to dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
So the first time we got to shoot a music video, it has to have like a Michael Jackson dance number for Drew.
And he has
No,
to, yeah,
for that
okay.
music video, I will be playing guitar. For our live shows, I will not at all.
I thought
I gotta hide.
we could have a dance number. It just couldn't be any of us doing it. We would have to bring in dancers.
I'll volunteer.
That's true. Yeah.
There you go.
No, I it's kind of like you'll see me like I'll dance sometimes like some of the shows like at the end or at the beginning I don't know what it is, but it's sit down dancing. You can't that doesn't count, you know. Sit down.
Yeah,
dancing,
no one can see your
you can't
hips.
really move your thing, you know. You can't groove very good, you know. Or if I'm at a show,
Good thing we don't do like dancey music most of the time. We had our first mosh pit at one of
Jumpy
our shows.
music. Yeah. we
Yeah,
did.
it's jumpy. It's moshy jumpy. You know.
It's happy too.
Think there's
Yeah,
one
it's
guy can
The
it's
tone
very
of it is
fundamental movements. You know.
Anything
I
that's
think
like
that's why it works.
really super sappy, sad that you're going to record. Do you have anything like that?
I think most of
Kinda.
is
Make like a 13-year-old girl cry, anything like that?
I've been arguing to cover "My Heart Will Go On," but it's just not going anywhere.
not going anywhere. Yeah. Nor will it.
Do a metal version of it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple that are sad, but like
They're
You know,
energetic though.
And
Yeah.
energetic,
Yeah,
sad.
that's
energetic
the
and,
thing.
like-
A lot of the lyrics are sad, but they're also energetic.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
tend to write more lyrically like sad, not sad thing, depressing things, or is it more like
Most of the songs of mine that we use for this are about either a friend of mine dying or like addiction. So,
Yeah.
but I don't.
so I'd
I
say
w-
happy. I'd say
yeah,
like happy.
pretty happy.
Yeah.
well, okay,
Yeah.
pretty happy. Just happy-go-lucky music.
I guess this
Yeah.
is why we were talking about the music scene, but Matt said I second that. There's much more to enjoy in the scene than there is on major radio, which is true. I just wanted to
I was shocked. I mean, so before we started playing shows, I only knew like the 5 people I knew that were in bands. And that was the most shocking thing for me, is starting to go to shows. And like, I mean, Chris and I and Zach and I have gone to shows just to see shows and just seen amazing local bands.
yeah. There's quite a few in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
There definitely is.
Quite a few probably that I don't even know yet, but I
think-
wanted to mention the band I played at the beginning is Safety Belt.
Yeah. I actually
found
looked
them
it
on-
up.
I found them on Instagram somehow. I don't know. The Instagram's weird how you find things on there, but I found them on there, and I guess they're from Southern West Virginia. I'd like to have them on the show, but they don't answer messages or something. So I have to look up a different way. There's other ways. I found them. I found those other ways. You just get in there and usually like a link tree or something. I didn't know what a link
Honestly,
tree
maybe
was
they're-
until I got on Instagram. Did you guys? Did you guys know what a link tree was?
I'm aware of it. I've never used one.
It's pretty savvy. Not
You gotta
savvy,
have one,
savvy.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can be on Instagram without a link tree, like as an artist. You know what I mean? I don't think it's possible.
Yeah. Plus, it's easy if like someone is like, "What's your music? Like, where are you?" You don't know if they have Spotify, Apple Music, or like a
Right.
dinosaur like Mike and download their music from LimeWire or something like that. Like,
Napster.
you-
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you do,
Storm
Mike?
everything.
Where do you download
yeah.
music, Mike?
Yeah,
Mike's like
I
a
Bandcamp. I like Bandcamp because you
Bandcamp,
can get
sure.
high
Bandcamp's
res.
legit.
You can get high res and
Mike's like, I
Yeah,
make real
yeah.
money. I can buy records if I want them. I'm an adult.
Well, some people still like physical copies of things. You know.
Sure.
I mean, it's so isn't it? It's very expensive to make physical copies of anything, isn't it?
I,
Is it-
I have
is
no
that
idea.
why?
I haven't
Yeah.
made one.
Yeah,
Well,
I
it
don't
doesn't
know.
make sense.
Mhm.
It doesn't make sense for most bands when you can just fucking release something for like almost no money. That's why I love that we're no longer like bound by the physical stuff because of all of the other strings attached that come with physical, you know? In order for bands to be able to afford to get their CDs or vinyls in front of people, they have to
Ship them and then ship
sign
them
a
to
literal
websites.
record
Yeah.
deal where like, you know, in the past that was the only way to get your music out there. Now it's like because you're not, you know, restricted by the physical, you can just release it for, you know, it's really inexpensive. Like DistroKid is like $36
Yeah.
a year or something like that. Like not
And
that
they put
that's
it
like the
everywhere
best
for
way,
you. You
but
don't have to individually put it places. You know, it'll just
Yeah, I
go
think
right
it's
there.
yes.
I think it's also a double-edged sword because now you don't. I mean, there. I was never a part of this time, but there was a time I think when people were making money off of records, and that's just gone now.
Yeah, I just well
Yeah, true.
the internet. You know,
Yeah.
before the internet, it was. I mean, I went to the mall and bought CDs. You had to. You know, if you wanted to hear that song again, I mean, you could wait till it came on the radio. I did this too. I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm 41. So like when I was growing up, you know, you would sit with your stereo. You know, it was like a box that you know plays the radio. Okay, so it was like, but you put your blank tape in there, cassette tape. You put your blank tape in, and you wait. You sit there and you wait on the radio until they play your song that you really want to record. And then you have to wait until the DJ stops talking about it, and then as soon as you hit record and play or whatever it is real fast, and you record
I guess
it.
you could
It's
still
the
do that.
shittiest recording ever. But you do that, and,
But there's
and then you
Spotify.
have to stop it before the DJ starts talking again when the song's over. It was horrible. That's how we
I mean, it's a double-edged sword because when you go back in time, I mean, we all wanted to get rid of the record labels to cut down on that gatekeeper, but that gatekeeper only really did allow more or less good or goodish stuff through.
There's still gatekeepers too. Plenty of
Well,
gatekeepers.
but now anybody can put something that sounds pretty good out.
Sure.
The gatekeepers have changed a bit. Now it's how do you get on the Spotify playlist? How do you get featured in the iTunes store? So it's
He's learning.
But it's you're right. I mean, there's a gatekeeper somewhere. Even if you don't think there's a gatekeeper,
There's a gatekeeper in every local venue.
there's
you
probably
know?
a
Absolutely.
gatekeeper
Yeah.
in here somewhere.
I love that it's easier than ever to create music because of course that benefits, you know, small local artists to be able to make the music, and at the same time whenever there's no barrier and anyone can do it, you know, there's just so much oversaturation with stuff that makes you go meh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
so
why
I
I
think
think
adds to the double-edged sword. There's a lot of double-edged swords.
that's why I think, I mean, you listen to Motown and they had such crude recording methods. They had like, they could record like the piano, drums, bass, and two guitars with one mic, the strings with one and the vocalist with one. Like that was it. And those songs are classic. You hear them at every wedding you go to. They're still great songs. And I mean, whatever is on the Spotify top 10 pop now, like nobody's going to care at all about that in 6 months.
Right. It's
Yeah.
fast. Very fast.
Yeah, it's a fast cycle for sure. I mean, stuff gets shuffled in and shuffled out. But also I think like it's cool that the entry level and entry point for people is so accessible now too.
Yes.
And again, it's like there's caveats with that also. But it's dope that like anybody who has a melody in their head could legit go get a digital audio workstation, just plug in and record a demo if they wanted to. It might be a bad demo, but they could at least do it.
And it's a
at home.
starting point. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe the 1st thing should be a bad thing.
Yeah,
That's-
and
that's
you know what? That was my
Growth.
favorite place to. That was my favorite place to start with people. Was like those were my favorite people to work with when I was in college and I was producing for some of my friends. Was people who like weren't really well versed in the technical side of things, but they were like, you know, I have this like just basic idea, and just building upon that and kind of seeing them go like, whoa, this is all possible, like from a laptop, and you're like, yeah, dude. Now
Or
singing to that vocoder, man, it's gonna be fucking sick. And like just that kind of like I think it is more a good thing than a bad thing that music is so accessible now for people.
Agreed.
Both in
Def-
I can
Mostly
listen
a good
to
thing.
whatever I want, you know, like there's so many bands that like people send you and like they'll tell you about it. And like back in the day of physical, it's like I got to go buy their fucking record now. Who's gonna do that? Now it's like Sean sends me this band with like 3,000 listens a month on it, and I'm like, I'm in. I'm hooked. This is sick. You know, like
It's also
Yeah.
a great way to find
No,
things around
didn't have
town
that
too.
if it didn't have that many listeners, would you still listen to it? Would you give it a chance? That's another thing too.
I-
You know, analytics.
If it had like a lot of listeners, would
That
we give it
means
a chance,
nothing.
you
I
mean?
mean,
If it
yeah, I
didn't
don't
have
care
a lot
about
of,
that.
say it had like 5 listeners, would you still listen? Would you give it a chance? That's another
Absolutely.
big
Yeah.
thing too.
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I found most local
Mhm.
bands this year through just Spotify searching. Some of my favorite bands. Some bands, I mean, like Over the Weather, for instance, who I've now seen probably 6 times this year. I found them online.
They almost made the intro for the show, but
They're a great band. They're
Oh.
amazing.
Oh, that would have been great. When
Yeah,
we
that's just
introduced
dope.
ourselves as Over the Weather at our last show.
what was it? What happened?
I was
What?
like, "What's up, everybody? We are Over the Weather."
The crowd goes crazy.
Crazier than they would for us, for sure.
That's
think it
for
was-
sure.
I think it was just definitely like messing with Julian because he was running sound for that show.
Yeah.
They were brought up for us. For context.
You guys have shows
Yeah.
coming up? Do you guys have anything booked?
No, we had our only show canceled.
What-
It was
COVID?
actually with Over the Weather and Cheats Run, who's another great band.
I
Yeah,
found them today. I think it was on your all's Instagram.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I'm flying a lot of flags right now just because I'm so into so many bands that I've.
Well, there's a lot of spots down here to play. If you guys want to come down here and play, you're welcome to come down here. I don't own.
I
any,
think
but
I think right
Oh, yeah.
now,
I know the
I
people
think-
that do own them. So
right now we're kind of changing gears to focus on the recordings and just making those as good as possible. But we'll be back eventually. You know, probably maybe February, March, we'll start booking again.
How far are you from Elkins? You have to be like a decent.
Elkins sucks. I'm about probably an hour.
I played there with MXPX once, which was pretty cool. And
Really?
then we played on campus. They had an on-campus brewery at Elkins College or Elkins University.
Davis and
whatever.
Elkins College. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was called like the Ice House. It was like an old 1800s ice.
Oh yeah, I know where. Yeah.
Storage facility. And
Yeah.
I played there with Gene the Werewolf was one of the last shows I played before my.
Gene the Werewolf. That sounds awesome.
Oh, they're great guys. They're great. They're like a classic rock band from
Are they still
Pittsburgh.
playing? You think?
Yeah, oh yeah. They're like a lot
Oh,
of
yeah, get 'em
veterans
in.
from the Berlin Project, which was punk before it
Oh,
was.
you gotta hit them up. Hit them up and see if they'll come on the show. That'd be badass. Co-host with me.
Drew was in Clearview Kills, which was kind of a screamo sort of thing, but
Sounds
they're a great straight on rock band if you're of that persuasion, and
I
they're cool
am.
guys and they're good guys.
I'm of every persuasion. I have to be.
Hmm.
You guys listen to country at all? Anybody?
Not really.
A little
no.
bit. When I'm
not
forced to,
mainstream
yeah.
country, like good country, like not mainstream country.
I wouldn't. probably know
Give an
the difference.
example.
Yeah.
Who's
I don't
good
know.
to you?
I'm just making conversation.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
only the only country I listen to is a gentleman named Michael Solon. I met him on a trip. I was at Blackwater Falls State Park in West Virginia, and
Good spot.
yeah, I was at a restaurant called the Purple Fiddle, and he was playing. He was there 2 nights in a row. He and I got to talking, and then he wrote me into doing like a little improv bongo drum set with
Nice.
him on the acoustic guitar, and he's the only country I've ever listened to since because he's just a really great guy. He hasn't put anything out for a while, so I hope he's doing well.
No, I brought up the genre thing because I was gonna the last week I was supposed to have Intoxicated Zen was supposed to come down and play, but COVID ruined that. And then I was supposed to have a hip hop artist here. He wasn't going to perform, but he was just going to come here and be in person. He's just from Charleston, but he had to work, so I still haven't had hip hop on the show. I've had
Connie Roses. Get Connie Roses.
I'm sorry, who?
Connie Roses.
Okay, well hook me
Oh,
up.
And,
he's
He's
sick.
great.
Yeah,
Connie's legit, yeah.
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 He opened one of our shows, actually.
I would love to have that.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
I need to do like a hip hop run because I was not stuck, but basically I was stuck in the screaming metal forever, you know, and that's really what I go. That's my go-to. That's what I listen to usually.
Yeah.
But you know, it just seems like I was just stuck in that for months, you know, and I'm trying to kind of gradually get out of it and just kind of explore more genres of you know, especially hip hop. I haven't done hip hop at all, and it's just kind of I need to broaden a little bit. What do you think?
There's a really great there's a really great like alt hip hop band in Pittsburgh. They're called Back Alley Sound. I'm buddies with their drummer, so I have a horse in the race. But I really do enjoy their music. I think that they got a full band, keys, sax,
Nice.
real funky bass, guitar. They're really unique. Yeah.
I was looking through some stuff last night. The Rainbow Ends. You heard of them? Rainbow Ends.
No.
They're really good. They're from Pittsburgh. It's just it's instrumental. You know, there's no singing or anything. Hey,
You should try to get Wiz Khalifa on the show.
I should.
He's from Pittsburgh.
Well,
Yeah.
I referenced
He
Just
Flavor
a
raps,
local
I think.
artist.
I referenced
Little
Flavor
Yeah.
guy named-
He's coming up, dude. He's coming up. He's gonna be huge.
When I had Bo McMillian on, he was the last live performance I had in studio. His last name's McMillian, so he does Bo McDollar is how he puts everything. So we got into a conversation about having something around your neck and the clock and everything. So Flavor Flav, and we referenced Flavor Flav. So I'm thinking he would be the next. He should be on the show. You know, Flavor Flav. I don't know.
You could probably get
That's the
Flava
next
Flav.
step.
He seems
I'm
like
sure he's
someone
not
who
doing
is on.
anything else. He's usually not doing anything.
He just seems like the level of celebrity that's on one of those like candid sites. You could
I
get
know
him
Ben
for sure.
Roethlisberger doesn't play any music, or he might. But I should have gotten Ben Roethlisberger on the show.
You could get Antonio Brown. He just dropped the hot single.
Yeah, he's not doing
Yeah,
anything.
he's not doing anything at all.
Yeah, he ain't doing nothing right now.
He doesn't even-
Ben was friends with. There was a country band from Pittsburgh that looked like they were like going to make it for a minute, and that was a while ago. I can't think of what the name of them were, but
They didn't
they
make
were
it.
they were pretty good.
Poverty Neck Hillbillies.
Yes, that was it. That was it.
Go.
Awesome. That sounds like
What-
a screamo band.
Yeah,
My
it was-
brain my brain is massive.
We're changing our name to Poverty Neck Hillbilly.
Yeah,
For real.
we need to.
Yeah, I'll endorse it.
There you go.
I remember seeing them.
Uh,
There was one. I saw them at the Pepsi Cola Roadhouse, which is no longer open. It's right next to the
Is it kinda like Texas
amphitheater.
Roadhouse?
What was that?
Oh damn.
Is it kind of like Texas Roadhouse?
Oh, I was really young. I don't know what was on the menu
was a
other than
venue
hot
by
and spicy
Starlight.
country music.
It was by Starlake, aka Post Gazette Pavilion, aka
yeah.
Bank
What
Pavilion.
is it
Right down
called
the
now?
road.
Cameron
First Niagara, aka Star Lake again.
That's right. Yeah.
AKA
Yeah.
AKA like 8 other names too.
They were doing the COVID policy thing too, where you have to show it. It's an open air place. Why? I mean,
I think a lot of venues are trying to avoid scrutiny, and that's a safe way to avoid scrutiny, regardless of whether you know.
And you got to
it's
cover your
just-
ass, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Even though,
definitely.
like,
there's liability and
some-
shit. Mm-mm.
I've started
Yeah,
suing
some of
every
the-
venue
Right.
preemptively.
Yeah, like we're fucking rich. That's how we can afford to get into the studio right now because we sued
Right,
all
'cause
of
we
the
just
venues
sued all the
basically out of
venues
existence.
plus COVID.
Yeah.
But me and my buddy were talking the other night. You know, pretty soon. You know how they have like on TV, attorneys will have a commercial on TV. You know, if you've been hurt in an accident and all that stuff. But here in a couple of years, it's going to be. Has someone in your family taken the 4th booster? If they have, called it, you know, like there's gonna be like class action lawsuits. It's just like we were just in a few years. That's probably what's going to be all over TV. You know, I don't know.
Maybe.
I
know, I was
can't
talking about-
imagine.
I don't like
Yeah.
talking about like this kind of thing on the show, but you know, it's kind of like the elephant in the room. You know, you gotta it's there. You know,
Well, there won't be
Yeah, I mean,
TV
that's
in
fair.
4 years, man.
what is
We'll
it?
get that shit on a VR YouTube ad. You know?
Yeah, it's gonna be inserted directly into your brain.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like
Or
U2's
elsewhere,
album.
or
They're just gonna
elsewhere.
upload it. They're not gonna
The
ask.
night sky will light up with that ad.
Speaking of the night sky, they renovated a theater in Clarksburg, which is just down the road. And when they have a show, when they have some kind of a live show there, they have one of those big ass spotlights that goes across the thing. Is there something like that in Pittsburgh ever? Like one of those big spotlights that kind of sweeps the whole sky? Do they have anything like that up there?
They have them at like haunted houses and shit.
Yeah.
Like
There's
like
this-
big beams. Yeah. So like
There's
reach
got to
me out
also be a laser in Pittsburgh that is done, you know,
There's
like,
this
specifically
one-
for like astronomy, right?
Oh really?
I think the Science Center's got some. The
I would
Science Center
think
probably has
so.
something like that. also because they
Where
do
the
events
Penguins
there.
used to play, it was built for a vocal group, not for hockey. And the roof would come off of that, as famously shown in the Van Damme movie Sudden Death. Yeah, and
Good
I
callback.
assume they did something cool like that at some point.
Yeah, sudden.
Did
death.
anyone else know that?
I do remember
Yeah.
seeing that movie briefly, like
Yeah, that movie
years
was
ago.
awesome. But yeah, I think
Just
Van Damme-
because, yeah,
I don't know if he was the right. Keanu would have been good in that. He would have tore that up. I think.
Keanu's pretty young
He was
then.
He was
That's
probably-
like
I don't know anything
pre-point.
about it.
That's
so
like
it's-
pre-point break days.
Oh no, Sudden Death. That was a year after Speed. That he could have definitely.
Keanu could have definitely. He would have raked in millions.
My
And
chronology is bad.
Baldwin, the owner of the Penguins at that era, who
Who was?
wanted that movie made, won an Oscar for producing Ray with Jamie Foxx.
Did they actually film Sudden Death at the Civic Arena?
Yep.
Did they really? 'Cause I know there was a I was up in Pittsburgh for something, and they were filming something at Heinz Field for a
Probably
movie.
the Batman.
Was that Batman?
It was
Probably Dark
Batman,
Knight Rises.
Yeah.
It was where? What was I up there for? Oh, I think I went up to see a show at Stage AE.
It was
or
late
something.
July.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was the Under Oath show at Stage AE. I don't remember.
They filmed that movie all over town, dude. They filmed that movie in like Cherry Way, Oliver Way, like heart of downtown,
Heinz
and then all that flick they filmed in all different parts of the city too. Like they were in
Yeah.
Oakland, like
Really?
Craig Street and shit. Yeah,
You
Yeah,
know,
and
they did
even
the
if you
they did
look
the
at
winter
this,
scenes there.
if you look at the skyline too, sometimes like it's a composite of like a few different cities. Like you
Yeah.
can kind of see Pittsburgh in there. I think they shoot on one of the rooftops once, and you can see like, oh yeah, that's definitely Pittsburgh.
But that
Yeah, it's
final
like
scene-
Chicago, New York, Pittsburgh.
the final car chase, it's almost exclusively shot on Smithfield Street downtown. So this is like a street that's like a quarter of a mile long that they just shoot every street corner from every angle and take up 20 minutes of the movie. You don't know if Batman will be able to save the day or not.
Hint: he
Don't give
probably
it up.
does.
Don't tell everybody. Who
It'll
owns
probably be fun.
Yeah. Spoiler alert! Like
Yeah,
10
no-
years later.
This 10-year-old
spoilers on a
movie.
decade-old movie.
You guys,
What are you
have
doing?
snow
Don't
there?
do that live. Oh my god.
Did it
It's-
snow
it-
up your way?
It brings to mind though how much Pittsburgh gloms on to like basically anything, because when that movie happened, everyone was like, Pittsburgh is gone.
Oh, dude.
Like,
Yeah,
Oh
does
yeah.
this matter? Like, does this even mean anything?
absolutely wild.
That was like how excited my dad was that Bruce Willis
Everybody
was
was like that.
Pittsburgh River Patrol and
Sure.
striking
Is there a River
distance.
Patrol?
My,
Is that like the Coast Guard for
Any
for-
crumb that Pittsburgh gets, everyone's like, Pittsburgh! Ah!
yeah, it was,
So-
it was
that's
the
so
guy that
fucking
made
true.
Roadhouse, which is another cinematic marvel. Made a movie about like this down and out drunkard detective that patrolled the rivers around Pittsburgh and
Crazy.
slept with Sarah Jessica Parker. And
Yeah,
that was like,
that's not a bad tag.
and it,
I was gonna say, who hasn't done that at some point in
yeah,
their
but
life?
yeah, really.
Been in a film.
and they're just murder. They're just murders everywhere. And
If I had a nickel for every time I've gone on a
Yeah,
boat
yeah,
patrol
Mhm.
and subsequently dated Sarah Jessica Parker, I'd be a very wealthy man.
No, it wasn't Boat Patrol. It was River
You have
Patrol.
no nickels.
I've never heard of the River Patrol. Is that kind of like the Central Park Police? A little bit. Is it-
like
is-
from Elf.
They make sure kayakers don't get
Exactly.
stuck under barges.
From Elf.
Yeah. Oh no, our like Pittsburgh Coast Guard is just those ducky tours that flip over sometimes. Yeah.
No, I can
Yeah.
assure you that's not true. One of the dumbest ideas my friends and I ever had. Well, this isn't the dumbest,
I
but
was going to say, yeah. Be careful
But-
before you rate that.
when the All-Star game, the baseball All-Star game was here in 2006, we decided to make like a raft out of like empty beer kegs and shipping pallets, and we thought we would like float this thing down the river and like get on TV. And
Seems legit.
we did, but then at some point, like we didn't have proper lighting, and the Coast Guard showed up in like a gunship, and we're like, all right, we'll just get the hell out of here. We don't need to get shot.
How do you get
guys
out
on
of
the
that
news,
situation?
They're like,
then?
will these kids die?
Did it float at all? Did it
It,
work?
oh yeah, it floated. We ended up on the broadcast. They're like, because they come back from a commercial at one point, and they're just showing like the river. There's like, it's a lot of boats out there, and something
that-
from Huck Finn.
A lot of boats and these
Oh,
total
that's
idiots.
Yeah, these morons.
That's
I can't believe that the River Patrol just I can't believe they wouldn't sign off on it. I'm flabbergasted. I'm absolutely
Yeah, I mean she's
shocked.
seaworthy. It's floating.
Yeah.
But
This is
was
an
it at night?
outrage.
Was it during the day or at night?
Oh, it was at night. Well, we
Oh,
did.
yeah.
We did look up the rules, sort of. Like we had glow sticks
Did you
for
research
like
for
some
this?
kind of illumination.
You should have honestly just picked a syringe out of the river and been like, sir, if this syringe is fine, I'm pretty sure I'm good.
Yeah.
But
The only rule that Mike looked up was, guys, it just says it has to float. We're cool.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, well,
We're good, guys.
my friend's in charge of safety vests, and they found something that like might fit like a baby doll. At, I don't know.
Were you
like
wearing
Kmart
safety
or
vests?
something.
Were you wearing a life jacket?
Like around our like ankles, sort of.
Like anklets?
Yeah, safety anklets, and they didn't think that was acceptable. They told us to get out with their.
I feel like that would, I
30
have to agree. I feel like that
mean,
would have actually
would've-
effectively drowned you.
If I was
Yeah.
if I was a boat patrol officer or whatever it was, I would have said, you know what, Bill, it's okay. These guys really tried. They really tried. You know, but
I mean, you know, it was this post 9/11 era. Everyone was all hysterical about idiot college kids with rafts. So
This is the most ridiculous story.
I don't know where we're going.
Did you have to pay a fine or anything, or did you just have to get out of the water? Get the
we
hell
just
out.
got out of the water and went home and watched the
I still would've
last
fought it.
2 innings on TV.
I would have.
So is your raft like still adrift somewhere?
probably?
No, because we had wanted to get that deposit back on those kegs.
Yeah.
Touche.
That's right. Everybody.
Mike-
Be
forgets that.
important.
Mike, is there any other criminal activity you'd like to own up to on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
internet?
No.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Yeah. I
What's
think
that?
I
Can't
burned
top
a box
that,
off
dude.
the side of a building one time. That was awesome. I got kicked out of there. That was in college at a dorm.
What did you do? I didn't hear.
I threw
the
a
first
burning beer box off the side
Oh,
of the 10th
yeah.
floor of this building, and yeah, the fire marshal I just happened to be standing right there.
That's
and
no big deal.
Well, I had to find another place to live, but I did. You know, it's not that exciting. I know.
Hey,
It's no
someone
big
asked-
deal. I dismantled the capitalist system. No problem.
Did you guys get any snow? I know it rained like the son of a bitch over last week.
Did
or
it snow here? I don't think it did.
It
Nope.
got cold pretty quick though. I know that.
Dude, I was in shorts on fucking Christmas
I
Eve.
know. Well, I don't know.
We're
I don't know
fucked.
either.
Christmas was sad. It was rainy and fucking. I got COVID. It was
Oh,
no
you
goose.
got that over Christmas?
Yeah, 3/5 of us had COVID.
Thanks,
So
Santa.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Santa. Thanks. No,
Yes.
I'm trying to segue into warmer weather. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Segue into it. All right.
It has
Well,
been warmer weather lately.
It has been
It has been,
warmer
Bob.
than in years past. At
This
song
I
time.
really like. I really like this song.
Thank
Tell me
you.
what it's about so I can think about that next time.
It's kind of about being unreliable, I think. I mean, it's about doing a lot of personally, I don't know how to say it, so I'm just going to come out and say it, but it's about like kind of just being on a bunch of pills and being crazy and unreliable and unwilling to see yourself, I think.
That's powerful. It really. I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, that's a powerful thing.
I want to say something too
Go
about.
ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I didn't mean to.
You're good. No, you're good.
I want to say something too about like me coming in and I'm singing these words and I need to make them feel a certain way. So when Sean was writing it, you know, I've never lived through that situation. So I think about, okay, what have I lived through that fits with this story, you know? And you know, for me, it's going to be something like slightly different, but what I think makes it versatile, what shows that he's a pretty versatile songwriter is that you can attach your own meaning onto these songs. And that's something that I think, you know, you can really use as like a marker for like, is something well written, because like it can be super specific to you, but can any old listener find their own meaning in it, you know? So that's something that I kind of tried to do in my stuff as well.
It would have been
Um,
funnier to me if you had gone through that whole story and right up into like, I was trying to find like some analogy to my life. So, one time I killed a guy and then just on from there.
Wow.
Just continue the trend of confessing to large crimes and felonies on air.
Yeah. One time I pulled these stupid college kids over on the river. Who were
It's some kind of
Right.
stupid rap or something. They
And then
probably-
dated Sarah Jessica Parker.
Idiot. Hey, let's take a listen to "Warmer Weather" by Old Neil.
If I can find a way to make believe the January air becomes the summer's breeze, then I would feel the warmth of your embrace before the cold of autumn takes its place. I hope you'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home. I hope you'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home. If I could find a way back to July, the fireworks would paint the empty sky. And as the leaves in time begin to change, I saw your hand begin to slip away. I hope you'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home. I hope you'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home. Bottles empty before noon. I try to save you, I still do. Oh, you're not alone when you come to. I hope you'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly. I hope you'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home. I hope you'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home. I hope you'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home to warmer weather. You'll fly home.
Yeah, that one's really Katie Mack on the chat. She said best song. It's. I mean, I haven't heard the rest of them, but it is a really good song. That's the one I found myself going back and listening to quite a bit.
Thank you.
That was the song that made me want to join the band for sure.
That's true. Actually,
Same.
I
Same.
remember.
Yeah.
I remember that Chris, the very first time Chris messaged me, it was something along the lines of, I don't really play bass, but I like this song a lot. And I was like, we can figure that out. And now he plays bass.
Wait, you don't really play bass? What do you?
He
Why?
does
I played
now.
guitar and I played guitar and piano a lot before that. I mean, I had like been in jam groups and shit like that. But whenever I heard the music and saw a Craigslist ad, I was like, damn, I really fuck with this highly. So I hit him up. I was like, dude, I'll switch gears a little bit. I mean, and then I ended up digging bass to the point where, like, as a person who hadn't been in that many bands in the past and it was kind of new to performing live outside of like open mics and stuff like that at like organized shows at actual venues like Roboto, for example, I think my brain made a ton more sense theory wise, and like also the way, like the role of bass in a band with other people. in a way that maybe just like permanently switch to it, to the point where like I play bass more often than I play guitar period right now, mainly because that's like what we're doing. But also just my brain gets it better. I don't know how else to explain it. I feel like I can improv better on bass. I can do a lot of things better on bass. I don't know.
Are all
Big
of you
bass.
on that recording? Is everybody on that recording of that?
No, it's me, Chris, and Drew on that recording too.
I was going to say Zach, very good drumming, but you're not on there. So
I'm not.
Zach's
And
got
it's
some
mostly
stuff for
samples
you, that's
anyway.
for sure.
was that
Yeah.
was that a drum sample on that track?
It's a mix for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's-
do that mix, but like it's
the drums are played, but they're also very chopped up and edited.
You know,
But-
there's a lot of people that do that. You know, especially if they don't have a drummer. You know, you got to have drums in there. You know, I've talked to a few bands that are just strictly internet bands. I guess I don't really know what that means, but that they haven't played together. You know, they're in the band and they just kind of swap the tracks back and forth with each other, and that's got to be so difficult. I'm the kind of person that like I have to be with whoever is going to be on the track. You know, like all the time. You know, like
I'd love to shout out an internet community that does a ton of that. It's called Reddit r/bedroom bands, and
yeah.
it's like tons of people collaborate on that sub all the time over like vastly different genres, and some of those folks are in like crazy different time zones and stuff like that. And the mods do a really good job of like bringing it all together at the end of each year and stuff too. And I mean that sub saw a huge influx of people whenever no one had jack shit to do in 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
To the point where like they put together like online albums and compilation albums and stuff like that. I've done a couple things on there before I joined Old Neon, just like helping people with like parts they needed or like helping write and shit. And it's cool because again, talking about like accessibility and like that threshold of entry and stuff, like people who are maybe introverted or something like that can find like a musical home in doing those projects. And dude, it's definitely rewarding. Like even though you're not physically with those people, may fucking never be with those people physically.
Right. Yeah.
It's dope. It's dope. So I definitely want to give credit to that sub because that shit is super cool.
It's
It's a good example too.
It'd be difficult to do, but it'd be rewarding. And like you said, if that can come together and it has to be in that, that way, that's awesome.
Yeah,
especially
hell yeah.
with really good musicians and or even not even good musicians, and you can put that together too, and make it sound awesome. I don't know. That's
Oh yeah, I did that some absolute like poor jobs of doing stuff on there as well.
yeah. Hey,
Of course.
My buddy went to the Steelers game last night, and he was texting me while he was there, and I said, "Look," he just sent me a picture like the field or whatever, and I was like, "That looks cold," because it was really cold last night, and I asked him earlier. I said, "Did you get thawed?" And he said, "Just in the last hour or so." he said he left by the start of the third quarter, so he didn't get to see Ben Roethlisberger's last. Well, he did, but
Did they win?
It
I
was
guess?
brutally cold.
they did win. Yeah, they beat the Browns.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured they would. The Browns aren't very good ever, so.
The Bengals are running around wearing shirts that were like, "We run the North." Guys, we're good one year. It's pretty funny.
Somebody's been working while we're on the show. I got a message from Connie Roses.
Yeah, I messaged him on Insta. and just said-
Dope.
Okay.
Yeah, his performance was
Let's read
super
it
legit.
on the show. I never really do this, but
Yeah.
I got sent over here by Old Neon. They told me I should try doing the show y'all are throwing. I'm a hip hop actor, by the way, and would definitely love to perform. Awesome. I'll hit him up when I.
He's really good
Yeah.
too. Really talented
hit him
kid.
up when I get done here. That's awesome. Thank you guys for doing that.
Yeah.
Let's see. We did have a comment by I don't know what language that's in, so that's on there, but it'll be it's on the replay also. If you want to attempt to translate it, it looks I don't know what it is. It's a foreign language.
What if it's just something absolutely like insulting, just like trashing?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably
wanna
these
know.
guys
Don't
fucking
translate it.
suck.
Don't translate it.
Probably
I
something towards
want to
me,
know.
and there's probably going to be more towards me now that I'm said that. But if you're watching now or you're watching later, make sure you hit subscribe because somehow it helps me analytically. I don't know. Plus, I like to see who subscribed and
Say all the stuff that you have to say.
I don't like to say all that stuff.
Oh.
If you want to say it for me, that's perfectly awesome.
I got
Smash
you, dude.
that like
I got
button.
you. I've been preparing my whole life for a YouTube outro. Roll the lo-fi music.
What
All right,
just happened?
listen here, fuckers.
Uh-oh.
Smash that like button. Commit absolute atrocities against the like button. Comment your novella in the comment section.
And share it.
And for the love of God,
share it with your
share
friends
it with your friends.
if you have.
We're out.
Oh, you
How's
forgot to hit the. You forgot to tell them to hit the bell so they get notifications.
Oh,
Don't hit
fuck.
that, don't hit that. I mean,
From the top, Drew.
Oh,
From the
man.
top.
All right,
Yeah,
let's.
just
I told
rerun
you. I
that.
told you.
Rerun that.
1.5.
Okay, run it back.
yeah, I ordered new stickers today. I got new stickers coming. They look like this kind of, but
Sweet.
I changed the QR a little bit.
Does it go to the YouTube or does it go to like a link tree?
Does what?
The QR code.
It goes to the YouTube. Yeah.
Cool.
Put them right. Just give it to them. You know, the link tree.
Yeah, right on.
Give you a bunch of stuff, but you got to take them right to the show. Anyway, and coasters. I ordered new coasters because I only had 10 last time. I ordered 50
Oh,
this
nice.
time. So more coasters are coming, and you guys get yours for free because you're on the
Practical.
show. So anybody that's on the show gets theirs for free. I'll send them to you. Send me your address, and I'll send them right up to you
Look at that free stuff.
when they come in. When they
Yeah,
come in
dude, send me a sticker.
Wednesday, I think. I think it's next Wednesday. But I have some here too. I can send you some older ones. I can send you one like that. That's the newest one, but I don't. It's going to be similar. It's similar to this one, only that's gone, and it's a QR code now, and it's a bigger sticker. It's 4x4 instead of a 3x3.
That's a quality sticker, my guy.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you. Sticker Mule. I've only gone through them. They're a good company if you need stickers, and they're gonna send me mule sauce this time. They make their own hot sauce. I
What?
haven't had it. I'm not a hot sauce fanatic, but I guess I'm gonna have to be.
It's an interesting range, stickers and
Yeah,
hot
you're gonna have to
sauce.
just like
Well, I guess
eat
there's gotta be some
eat a
kind of
dozen wings to yourself. Shout them out.
What is it?
You have to eat like a dozen wings to yourself on air and just shout them out now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Well, they got to send me.
No, you should do one of those streams where like not ending until I get a sponsorship from these guys.
Oh, shit. Well, there's a lot of Magics. I shout them out all the time. I mean, I have a list of people that I shout out quite frequently on every show.
Shout out your favorite bands so that we can check them out.
My
Yeah, dude.
Old Neon.
Your favorite local
Old
bands.
Neon.
Ha.
Old
Well,
Neon.
obviously.
Other than
that
us,
goes
of
without saying.
course. Yeah.
Don't shamelessly do that.
Wait. We got this. Let's see. Oh, Dantix is on. Dantix is my buddy, my Instagram buddy. He promotes for a lot of people. See, he says, "Hello, everyone. Be sure to hit that like button." Yeah.
There it is, right?
We're in there.
Expertly done.
He follows a lot of like paranormal channels and things like that, and does a little promotion for them. And he kind of jumped in. I had a guy here co-hosting with me here in. He's a paranormal investigator and does has his own YouTube and stuff. So that's how I got in with Dantix. But now he watches the show, and I have nothing with paranormal. I don't know.
I used to
maybe I
listen to Astonishing Legends, if he knows what that is.
might.
They sometimes do ghost stuff on there.
He might. Dantix. Do you know? I guess his name's Dantix. I don't know. That's his screen name. I don't think that's his real name. It'd be awesome if it was his real name, though.
I can't do too much paranormal because I get scared.
Well, don't watch it at night. Just watch it in the daytime. That's what I do.
But I'm addicted to like last podcast on the left. They don't do paranormal that much though. They do like true crime.
I like true crime. I watch a lot of the ID channel, like a lot. Of
Yeah, sure.
Like probably in an unhealthy way.
It's probably unhealthy that any of us listen to it, but it's so
A lot
popular.
of people that don't watch it, they're like, "What? What are you trying to plot a murder?" No, it's just
Yes.
interesting. It's interesting. To,
Yes, I am.
It's just interesting. Just leave me alone. You know what I mean? That's what you say. Just leave me alone.
Trying to figure out how
You
not
want
to
to
get
find
murdered.
out?
Yeah. You want to find out?
True. Yeah.
Then I see my cat over on the table, just going, just staring at my cat's. He's evil. He does evil. Do you guys have cats?
My dog's asleep.
Mine's made a
Yeah.
couple
Exactly,
appearances.
okay.
I
Yeah.
have a pup. I used to have a cat with my buddies. That shit
I
was
pick
cool.
him up, but he'll be really mad.
That. Oh, that's a dog. What up, dog?
My guy's got a bed right now made out of 2 blankets
Spoiled
in the
dog.
corner of the stew.
Look at that man. He is
He's so
chilling.
cute.
Hey, before we go, I'd like to ask what kind of jobs you guys have, like like to make money.
I'm an accountant.
You're an accountant for what?
Yep.
Like anything you can talk about?
It's mostly just for a firm that specializes in digital development. No, not porno.
be
Good
awesome.
guess.
So he can
No,
commit
it's-
tax
guess.
fraud.
Good guess.
No, it's really just the
So you
most
work with-
typical
you
accounting.
work with math every day, then, right?
Pretty much. I mean, well, mostly spreadsheets nowadays. You don't actually
either.
do a lot of math. The computer does a lot of the math for you.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
sometimes the
Especially
computers
spreadsheets.
are wrong, and then
But on
you have
spreadsheets,
to.
you have to put in the formula, right? Fortunately.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
that's-
a lot of stuff like software will create the spreadsheets for you. So you really
there
only
was a
have
guy
to
on
audit
it.
them.
He works at one of those axe throwing places. Anybody have an exciting axe throwing job?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I
unfortunately, I'm
do
sorry to
sound at a
disappoint.
venue that also has axe throwing.
Well, he's been to
Well,
Craft
I
House.
guess that
So-
counts.
Scott's been to Craft
Yeah.
House.
Oh,
you've been to Craft House?
Yeah, I've been to Craft House. Have you been to? You said you were a real estate agent, right?
Yeah, I'm a real estate agent. I do like kind of a lot of stuff, but also I'm only 23, so I don't know what the fuck I am doing. You know what I mean? So I'm a real estate
Yeah.
agent,
Pornography.
live sound guy, a little bit of porn here and there, but I try to give it up. You know what I mean? But
Everybody
the
does
money's
that.
fucking awesome. So,
Sounds like the easiest job, but I'm sure it's work. I'm sure it's work.
yeah, I mean, yeah, a little bit of everything.
What do you do, Zach? You look like a. Let's see. You look like you do the weather on WTAE, but I don't think they're on the air anymore, are they? Or are
He
they?
has
on
he has the most noble job, I think.
He looks noble. What do you
I
do?
don't know about that. I'm a therapist, counselor, however you want to term it.
Like
yeah.
addiction counselor?
Yes, yeah. Addictions and mental health.
Do you do that in person, or they do it on over the Zoom and stuff? Because I know they've been there for a while. I don't
yeah,
know. personally,
where-
but I'm just saying.
Yeah, where I work, we're all in person. I whenever I was finishing up my degree, there were some places where I was doing it remotely, and it was not great. It was not great at all.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful to have the opportunity to be able to do the work in
But
person.
you're pretty easy to talk to. I could see how you'd be a therapist, yeah. Or
Well,
a
that's
preacher. I
very
was thinking
kind of you to
preacher,
say.
but that's probably not right.
No, the preach. No,
Preacher would be great.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't know, do atheists preach? I don't know.
They preach
That's a
atheism,
religion, I'm
probably.
sure.
Yeah.
Is there a preach for atheism? I feel
That's
like it's
all
pretty
that
cut
you're
and dry.
If not, then you could do that, and then you'd be rich. I guess I don't know. I don't even
There's
That's
a man. God, I wish I could think of there. There were these two comedians. They weren't actually comedians. They were just guys who thought of something funny, and they made a fake church. And you basically like send them $5. They're from Texas, I think. You send them $5, and they send you their liturgy, and it's just a
not Joel
pamphlet.
Osteen, is it?
No, it's a fake
He's a
religion.
comedian.
Like they made it up.
He's got $1 million. He's got $1 million.
Pastafarianism.
He's got $1 million in his fucking wall. His wall.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
wall. Yeah, the janitor found, or he found it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you do?
I work for a hotel management company. I do like e-commerce and marketing and stuff like that.
You don't like work the front desk or anything. You actually do the inside.
I used to do all that stuff. Like I drove the shuttle, breakfast, all that stuff when I was younger. Yeah, I used to whip a van in downtown Pittsburgh like nobody's business, man.
I've stayed a lot of places in Pittsburgh. Lots of, well, not lots, but I like
One
to try
I-
new hotels.
Yeah, the one I started at was like when I was 19. I started working this one in the South Side by the Hot Metal Bridge.
The
That was
Hot
the
Metal
one.
Bridge.
Yeah,
The
it's a very
Hot Metal.
Pittsburgh
I
name
never-
for a bridge.
It's where the hottest
Yeah.
metal comes from.
I need to
Yeah.
stay there.
Most attractive metal.
Sounds sexual, actually. The Hot Metal Bridge. Uh-huh.
It very much.
I know. I feel my body temperature rising.
Hey, Mike, what do you do?
I have a sales and client management job at a bank.
That's boring as hell. All right.
Holy
I knew there would be one boring one in here somewhere.
Thanks for noticing.
How is that more boring than accounting? I feel like
Yeah,
we're both
dude.
pretty boring.
Well, is it more exciting than Sean's accounting job? Come on, just put something. I don't know.
I don't know how
make something
exciting
up.
Sean's job is, so I'll have to
Well,
say
apparently not very exciting. I don't know.
I mean,
It's
Mike, your
fine.
job sounds fucking cool though.
Yeah,
Which, being a banker or a Sean?
being a Sean, that's my job.
Yeah.
It's a good job.
No, Mike's because like, I don't know. I'm super into like finance and stuff.
That's money.
And we
that's
geek out
fair.
about it. Yeah.
That's money plus it's math, right? Do a lot of. I hate math. I don't know, and a lot of people hate math, but I'm also
I work in a very obscure part of the financial markets, and I work with a lot of pension funds and insurance companies and
Oh.
stuff. And basically, I help people be able to solidify their pension for retirement, their
We need to have a little
401ks.
conversation, and I need to get my retirement together.
So yeah, it's pretty unexciting, but rewarding.
That's it's a job, and it pays the bills until
He's a
old
helper.
Neon just goes, right? Is that where you want to do with old Neon? Just I mean, of course, that's every band's dream or goal is to get bigger and bigger. Is that where you guys want to go? Is everybody on board with Sean's?
My initial plan was to kind of have like a cult arm to the band itself. So like we would play, but we would also be a cult.
Oh, huh.
hmm Yeah, no, I just got the brand on my back the other day. So like I'm in,
Yeah, we
dude.
have
I'm fucking with the vision, dude.
We're working on a really special Kool-Aid recipe.
Katie Max says
You're gonna
Mike's
love
a
it.
BTO. Mike's a BTO. Katie says, "Is that true? What's a BTO?"
Search me. But no, I think we're all the most excited just right now to make the best sounding songs we can, and through the course of the year, play the best shows we can. Be the best live band we can, and get on bigger and
Gotta
better
fire him,
shows.
Sean. He's got the wrong vision. Wrong, but no, I'm kidding.
That's not what we're doing, buddy.
He hasn't even have a meeting. I'll give you the Zoom room. I'll
We got to talk about the cult guys.
special Kool-Aid.
No way. This is what.
Wait, are we still rolling? Is this still live?
Oh yeah,
Probably, yeah.
Oh shit.
Nice.
It's been
nice.
it's been live. The whole time,
We
Drew,
take
the
it
whole
back.
time.
There is no cult or Kool-Aid or branding. you.
Totally.
Yeah,
Well,
jokes.
okay.
All jokes.
Well, hey, I appreciate you guys coming on the show. It's been a lot of fun. And I look forward
thanks
to
for
hearing
having us.
some more old Neon, so more than what
It's-
I've heard.
It's coming so soon.
Come back on the show and premiere something else.
Okay, sure.
You know, like some new stuff if you want to.
Have Over the Weather and have Connie Roses and
I
have
would like to have Over the Weather. Yeah, I would like to have all those. Everybody you know that's in a band that could be a good guest. Tell
Go
them.
for the Gold. Do you know Go for the Gold?
No, but that sounds awesome.
They're fucking incredible. You got to check them
Hit
out.
them up. I don't
Cutting Ties. They're heavy. I feel like you'd really like that.
Cutting Ties is legit.
I feel like I've heard of them. I think they're on the Insta thing that I'm on also.
There's so many good bands in Pittsburgh.
There is, and I want to do I tell everybody this. I want to do a festival, like an Acute Mania Live festival, and just have everybody that's been on, not everybody that could be on, but everybody that's been on, and that would be
By that time, it may be
quite a few.
pretty. Yeah.
But it'd be
Quite a
awesome.
big
Maybe
thing.
everybody by that point.
It'd be a badass festival. Hey, you guys are episode 80. I appreciate that.
No, thank you
That's
for
a
having
miles-
us.
Every
Thank
show
you.
for me is a milestone, but episode 80, that's that's an even number, and
It's a nice even.
It's the biggest show yet.
it is the biggest show yet. it's the yes, it is.
Until next week.
Until next week, we have Clean Dirty Clean coming on.
There you go.
They're out of Morgantown. They're a really good band. I'm going to play a song by them here in a second.
Word.
As I change the marquee. Let's see. I don't really have anything coming up after that. So next Wednesday it would be the Clean Dirty Clean show. And I think they're going to do it over Zoom. I don't think that we're going to come down. There's only a couple of them that can be a part of it. So that's cool. But I appreciate all of you for being a part of this one.
Thank you.
It's
We
hard to
look
get the
forward.
band
Thank you,
together.
We look forward to seeing you at Church of the Subgenius, and I can't wait to
Feed me the Kool-Aid.
to have you drink some of the Kool-Aid. Yeah.
I will be there with
Definitely
Totally
still a joke.
voluntary.
Yeah.
what? Am I getting
Def-
recruited?
You'll never know until it's already too late.
Send me an invitation in the Instagram thing with your address so I can send you some stickers.
Done and done.
Cool.
Sick.
Dantic says, "Congrats on 80. Thank you. This is episode 80 anyway or something. See, you should totally do it. Yeah, blah blah blah. Team. Yeah, he hashtags Team Rewatch. I'm not sure what that is.
That means they're gonna rewatch it.
Oh,
Later.
Okay, Team Rewatch. Do that stuff and hit the like. Do
And
do
smash
what Drew-
that like button
Yeah, do what Drew said earlier. Smash
and
it
hit the bell.
hit the bell. Don't hit
Kill
the
that bell.
Kill that
Fucking murder
bell.
it.
bell's just
Decapitate that bitch.
decapitate the bell. Don't hurt the bell. I'm going to hit up Connie here in a second, but I'm going to change the marquee as we listen to. Hey, if you guys have like 5 minutes, just chill until I kill the stream. I'll talk to you a
Yeah,
little bit
sure.
after that.
Kill that stream.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Kill her in
yeah.
the fucking face.
Decapitate that stream.
Like the subscribe button.
Yes, do that. Like, subscribe, and share. Something like that. Here's Clean Dirty Clean with Breezer, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Have a good one.
Peace, man.